welcome to Catch the Vision 2022 Live Studios. We are here in South Florida at the Family Conference that is being held from July 1st to the 3rd in Port St. Lucie, Florida. If you are not here, I suggest you make your way down. We have had such an amazing day so far. I just want to introduce myself. I am your host, Samantha from Samantha Just Inspire, and we're here with the lovely
Nicole with my comfy couch.
Yes, and we've had such an impactful morning so far. The first session was awesome. We're going to be talking to some of the guests, and we're going to be talking just to get their feedback on how much on the main stage. Nicole, now, I'm afraid of talking in front of people, but being on that main stage, what do you think?
Oh,
it was awesome.
Yes, it was.
Just to be in the building, to see, to hear. And we're talking about people that was what? Here 20 years ago. Let me let you get in and talk about how this vision from Pastor Gill has now came to fruition in the 20-year anniversary.
That's right. So it's been 20 years. So Pastor Gill initially started the whole Catch the Vision because he had a vision for the youth in the church to see themselves as leaders. So now 20 years later, we are celebrating these youth here.
Yes.
They are in different positions within the church. They got their careers up. They're really making progress, and we want to celebrate them. So that's one of the themes we're looking forward to. And secondly, the other theme is when you get your money up, when you get your career, come back and give back to the church.
Yes. We heard Thaddeus talked about that, and he hit that right on the nail. He hit it right on the nail.
Yes.
To come back. There's nothing out there for you. Come back into your church. This is where the base, and this is what we need too, because we are allowing our generation to make a difference by feeding them the things. And Pastor Gill had this vision 20 years ago, right? And today I see where the same young people that was at there 20 years ago is now the ones that are making the movement. And that's the theme is catch the vision and what?
From vision
to action. Now we are in the stage of actually doing something. We already caught the vision.
Right.
We caught it a long time ago, right? So now it's time to put it in action. Our businesses, whatever we're doing, our entrepreneurship.
Yes.
Let's put it to work.
All right.
And work for the church. Let's talk about some of the speakers, Nicole, that we had so far.
Yes. So one of our first speakers, Tim Jones, brought down the house.
He did, boy. When he talked about TikTok, I'm telling you,
he spoke about rebranding. Yeah, so he spoke about rebranding.
Yes.
So he used a good example of Dunkin' Donuts, right? Mm-hmm. So he said Dunkin' Donuts started off, it was a donut and coffee shop, and then they started branding it as Dunkin' Donuts.
Yes.
Then it went to Dunkin', we run America, right?
Right.
So he's talking about rebranding, and during this time we were talking about how when we were younger, it's different than now, right? You talk about the TikTok.
Yes.
If you're trying to get the kids these days.
That's where we gotta go. I remember, and it's something I always talk about. It's like, when Jesus was on the earth and he wasn't ministering to the people in the church. Mm-hmm. He went to where all the sinners were, because that's the point of this whole thing. We're not supposed to be here trying to preach to you, Nicole. You already know the word.
Exactly.
We gotta go and meet them where they are. Exactly. So when he brought up TikTok, and he's like, all they're doing like this on TikTok, they're just dancing now. That's what that's generation is. That's what they're in now.
Exactly.
So we have to know how the action point is to find them where they are.
Yep.
It's not to say, okay, we're gonna do this. The vision, we already caught the vision.
Yes.
The vision is to reach the young people, right? Reach the nexters and open up their eyes to the world. And one thing that I noticed too is our cultural backgrounds sometimes block us from doing those things, from getting to where we need to get to reach these young people. So we're going to talk a little bit about them, and then we're going to have our first guest that's going to come on, and we're going to interview him, and he's no other. We're not even going to tell you yet. We'll keep it for a little bit. But we're going to have someone here, but I want you to talk a little bit about a few more of the speakers that was on.
So as you spoke about Thaddeus was speaking about why he didn't leave, right? Because he grew up in the church, and he was talking about how he interviewed people that left as to why they left. And they had all, kinds of reasons as to why. But the whole point is, we want you to come back. If you see there are things wrong with your local church, don't just say, hey, I'm leaving because X, Y, and Z. What can you bring back to the church to help them grow? So that was his whole main point too, was about how to stay in the church and
Right, and if you, and also, I think he made a good point. When because with the question that he asked the person, they responded. Their question was like, there was so many things that they saw. There wasn't any relationship training, any this training, that training, and his response was, "What are you going to do about it?"
Yes.
And a lot of times, as next church, as the Joshuas, we see the problem, but we don't get into the initiative of saying, let's do something about it.
Yes, correct.
And that's the action that we need to start taking, is to, okay, it's time for us to do something.
Ooh, action.
We're seeing what we don't have.
Yes.
We're seeing what the cultural, the elderlies are doing. What are we going to do about it to make that change, to be able to get the young people that are out there to come into the church or come back? Or stay.
Exactly. And
right?
we've seen both yesterday and today different statistics, how they're talking about there's a decline
right.
in Christianity.
Yes.
People actually identifying
like
as
40%.
Christian. Yeah, he spoke
40%?
about, I think about 47% of people now say that they actually attend the church which
right.
is going down, especially in the Western world. So there's already a decline. So we're talking about, again, taking action. What is it that we can do to get people coming to church, or at least keep their relationship with God going? So that was great.
That was definitely an awesome.
What I want to speak about too is Pastor Reimer.
Yes,
she spoke about preparing. Is your church prepared for a disaster?
Yes.
For crisis?
Yes.
My gosh, COVID
happened, and what did we do? What did we do?
Okay, and here in South Florida, the hurricanes. I mean, anything that comes up. Is your church prepared? Do you have a plan for if a disaster strikes, a pandemic, something happens? So right. She spoke about the pray. She had a word for each pray.
It was
P-R-A-Y.
Right, yes.
So the P was prepared. Do you have a contingency plan?
Yes.
If something goes awry, where's your church going to hold service? We saw in the pandemic, people got creative with the Zoom.
Yes. We
right?
got very creative with the Zoom.
Yeah.
Social media was the thing.
Exactly. So don't wait until it happens. She also mentioned knowing your surrounding, knowing your area. For example, in Florida, like I mentioned, hurricane season come. Prepare yourself. Don't wait till it happens. Have a remote location or Zoom or what have you for when those things happen. So that was good. The R she spoke about was to respond.
Yes.
So when it's time to respond, what are you going to do? What's going to be your plan? And next she spoke, the A was attend. So be there, right? Show up when you need to. And Y is to yield. So it was really powerful. You guys want to go back and watch that, especially if you're a church leader, to find out what you're going to do in times of crisis.
Yes, and we had Rosalind as well on how to leverage your faith to increase your leadership success. And I think Rosalind really stood out for me because she, after a while, Pastor Gill asked her, had her up there and asked some question about, why did she stay and how, and I think one of the things that we missed, the point that she made was that, she, in the working world, right? A lot of times as young people, especially the younger ones, we don't have the mentality that we're supposed to be at a level where we stand up for what we know, right? The society is there to trick us a lot of times, right? Because I know she made her point about, working on the Sabbath. And I know with me as well, in the corporate world, come in for a meeting or come in, you have to work, it's mandatory. And I'm like, it's not mandatory for me. I will see you on Sunday. Tell me what happened, right? And a lot of times, and she picked that up and I said, that is it. We have to learn how to live, be transparent. Because she talked about, how are we going to show them? We can't just tell them what to do. We have to show them, right? So we can't say, don't do it, but then we're doing it. We have to show them what it is. So stand up and say, I'm not coming.
Yes.
So if they say no more check, watch God work. Watch God work. If you're not coming in, okay, we don't need you, watch God work. We have to be, and I thought that was so powerful.
Oh yeah.
As a young woman that's standing up and that's saying, listen, not today.
Yes.
Like I know I stand on these basic, and she left and she went to college and she was away.
Yes.
But she came back.
Yes.
She came back and now she's in ministry and she's doing what the action part that Pastor Gill is that we're supposed to be doing, right? And that, I mean, it was an awesome session. So I'm hoping that we will have you guys back on, and I know we have a next session starting at 2:00. Everybody's at lunch now. 2:00, so we're gonna have another session, and then we have another one after. So we'll definitely be covering it and just giving you guys a deets. We're gonna have a interview right now.
Should we do a giveaway? Let's do a question.
We could do a question. We definitely could do a question. Let's do a question because we do have some giveaways. We do have some things that we want to share and give to you guys. So we have some questions because we were listening. So we hope you were listening too.
Were you listening?
Were you listening?
All right,
That's
now.
it.
So I guess they could put the answer in the chat. Whoever's
They
the
can
first.
type yes. We'll go back and check the trend.
Yes, we will.
And then whoever answered the question first will be the person that we will mail. And we can, if you're in the building, if you're here, we can hand it to you. If you're not, we are able to mail these to you.
Yes.
So we will give you directions as to how to send your information to us, so we'll able to get something shipped out to you.
Yes.
So go ahead with a question.
So the first question is, okay, so let's talk about Catch Division, right? Where was the first Catch Division conference located?
Where was the first?
The first. So again,
and we're looking for the city and state.
The state. That's right.
City and state.
City and state.
That's a two-part.
The first, right?
City and state. Not just say the state. That is it. City and state. We need both.
Yes. So again, where was the first Catch Division conference held? Okay.
Yes.
So the first one to put that in the chat, we'll get to you.
We'll get to you, and you will win a prize.
Come on, show them what they can win. Come on now.
Yes, we got T-shirts that says "Think Big Inspiration," and if you're a Nexter and you're thinking big and you're being an inspiration to your community, you want to wear this shirt. Okay, so definitely drop it in the chat. We have different colors.
Yes,
we are ready to ship. If you need to ship them out to you, just let us know. But drop that answer in the chat. Where was the first Catch Division? I know where it was. I hope you do too.
And listen, let's talk about the term Nexters, because we keep mentioning that, but we want to clarify. Nexters, Nexters. So that was the term coined for the next generation, right? Yes. The people like us who are trying to be influencers. Don't forget to check out
our channel.
And the leaders, the young leaders within the church, Nexters. So that's the term. Every time we're talking about that, we're talking about the young leaders coming up.
Young leaders coming up and catching the vision and taking it into action.
Yes, exactly. Alrighty, so we're going to start our interview. So you guys stay tuned. Okay, we got more for you.
More for you coming up.
Alrighty.
Okay? Let's see if we can get... Let's see. I'll sneak and get.
Okay. All right, so we're going to go ahead and have our first interview, but let us know, engage with us in the chat. Let us know where you're from, okay? Let us know where you're watching us from. We want to know throughout the world. If you watched earlier, we've got folks from the Caribbean out here. I think we've even got Africa out here and other countries. So go ahead and let us know if you're watching us. Let us know where you're at and say hi when you get in the chat, okay? And let us know how you're enjoying, okay? Let us know if anything stood out to you. We want to keep the conversation going. Again, 2 o'clock is our next session, so you guys stay tuned. They're having lunch right now, but at 2 o'clock we'll be back at it. So we're here from 2 to 6 today. So just stay tuned with us. You got someone coming up for us? All right, so let's tell them what's coming up while they wait here.
All right, so from the 2 o'clock to 3, you talked about that. We have a few speakers.
Yes.
How to use your gifts to bless the church, and that is that one right there, because a lot of times we have so much talented people in our church.
Exactly.
And we can use the things that we're doing to bring back to the church.
Exactly. Right? So
Right?
even like how we're doing unorthodox, like the whole YouTube channel that we have, like back in the day, you would have never thought 20 years ago, hey,
We'll be on
I can
YouTube.
bless the church, with YouTube, with this kind of, platform. So, thinking of different ways to use your gifts to bless the church. So that's a good thing.
We can hold so many things on the platforms, because that's like something that's worldwide.
Exactly.
Like right now, our church is building, and that's a platform that we use to sometimes get donations. Put that out there. Let them know that you're building. Post things, and I mean, people from all over the world are good at supporting.
Yes.
And the funny thing is, we are here in our little community, and we need these platforms help to reach so many people that's all over the world, and that's what's good about having these platforms. I was nervous coming on YouTube. But I saw what it could do. Mm-hmm. I saw the potential. I saw how we can make a difference. I saw how I could make a difference.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
So we do have we have one of our speakers here that we're going to have right now. We're going to go ahead and talk to him. So give us a moment. We'll have him on, and we're going to ask him a few questions. Right.
You okay?
Yes.
All right. So hi, welcome. Pastor Tikili. How are you?
I'm doing all right, good.
You know, I really appreciate you spoke twice already, right? Yesterday and today.
Yes, I did.
So tell me, where are you traveling from?
I'm coming from Nigeria, all the way from Motherland, Africa.
From Motherland, Africa, yes! Now tell me, is it Lagos where, because you know that's the only one I know from Lagos.
Yeah, Lagos, Nigeria. Yeah.
Hey, everybody.
How long did it take you to get here?
Well, from Lagos to, I got into Atlanta, and that's about 11 hours.
11 hours.
And then,
Just to come here and bless us like you did.
Yes.
Wow, I totally appreciate you. So tell me, what's your vision for the youth? You know, this whole thing is about from vision to action. Like, what would you like to see from the youth?
Well, to be honest with you, I want to say that the young people are the people that we actually need to focus on right now.
Yes.
Okay.
Because we have a responsibility to pass on the baton to them.
Okay.
And we need to think in terms of generations that are coming.
Yes.
So I think that it's very critical that young people are giving focus and attention.
Okay.
So this conference is very critical. You know, Cash Division is very critical because it's speaking the life of the church, the future of the church, and all of that. So I think that it's one of the best things we can ever do.
Oh, I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. So tell me now, in terms of what you see in Nigeria, because I know we're here, you know, in the U.S., are you seeing the same thing in Nigeria? Is there a fall, like the young people are leaving the church? Are you guys having that same kind of issue where there's a lack of leadership with the youth?
Wherever you have human beings, same problems.
So it's the same thing, huh?
Same thing everywhere.
Wow, so it's a worldwide type issue.
Yeah, because most of our leaders don't understand that they will live forever.
Exactly.
And that whatever God has given them, they need to pass it on to others.
Yes.
It's useless for you to promise from God
Yes.
and you pass on and die with them.
Exactly.
You need to transfer it to young
Oh,
people
yes.
to continue the what God wants you to do.
So that's a good point. Do you think generationally that's kind of an issue? There's a divide.
Yes,
Right, between the different age groups of how to connect, how to, you know, pass that information on.
It's very critical.
Big disconnect, right?
Big one, very big one.
Yes.
Very big one, and that's why we need to bridge it.
Yes.
We need to bridge it in terms of making sure that we teach them, we train them, we help them, and of course give them the space to make mistakes.
That's right.
And then you can correct them.
That's
you know?
right.
So that's what I think that we need to do at this time.
Oh, I love it. Thank you so much again for traveling so far and for your dynamic words. It really means a lot to us.
It's my pleasure, anytime.
Okay, and enjoy the rest of the conference.
Thank
See
you.
you
Thank
around.
you for having me. Thank
And
you.
have a safe trip back home, okay?
Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you.
All right, you're welcome.
All right, and there you have it. That was Pastor Tikili, all the way from Lagos, Nigeria. He was here and he blessed us, right, Pastor? He blessed us so much, and let us know how your experience is going so far.
So far, so good.
Yes.
I think that this session really clicked into touch some real pointers for Nexters. And I think that in the church overall, I think it's going to do two things. I think it's going to inspire other young folks or Nexters to really step forward. We need this. We need this next generation to pull up the next generation.
Right.
So my generation, I was pulled up by another generation. I think that this generation needs to pull back the next generation, and that is one of the things that we need to really get done for sure.
That's awesome. I was amazed by Thaddeus and even Roslyn, because when he questioned the person that he questioned, and her response was, you know, all these things. She listed things that was the issue, and his response was, what are you doing to do about it?
Yeah.
What are we going to do about it? Are we just going to sit there and say, oh, that's the problem, so we're just going to leave and go somewhere else?
Right.
No, we come in and we fix it. We say, this is what I can do.
And we need fixes. You don't have the right to complain. All you have the right to do is to make change.
Yes, make the change.
And,
action.
Yeah, and I think that it's important for us to even realize that what we are calling for this weekend is really to re-energize, recommit, reset, especially in these generations of younger people, but also to my generation, to be able to know what needs we need to meet.
Right.
And where they are thinking, where they are, so that we can shift and pivot to making sure that we provide the right resources and guidance too as well for them.
Yeah, once we know the issue, I know Pastor Reimer talked about it as well. we need to be prepared. And once we know what the issues are, we need to be attentive to it, and we need to go in and make the corrections. We can't just sit and wait for the crisis.
Right.
COVID happened and we were scrambling. Right. We have to be able to be prepared, and that's where the next church are coming in, and they know what's going on.
Come on in the room. Come on in the room.
They know what's going on, and we find the issues out, and we go in and we fix it.
Yeah.
Right? We go in and we fix it, and we make it so that we are able to pull up the next babies that's coming
Who we got
up.
next?
We got Roxy coming on.
Yes.
Come on,
with
come on.
Care Bag.
Okay, let's
So
have
she'll be one
her.
of our speakers this afternoon. She'll be right in.
And here it is. My name is actually Nicole with my comfy couch.
Stop. Thank you.
Comfy couch.
Yes.
I was supposed to come on comfy couch at one time, and it didn't make my schedule. Remember? That was a show that you reached out.
Don't make me lie on camera, okay?
But however, I think that my brother is a star on there. So you guys.
Oh yes, Thaddeus.
Thaddeus
Yes.
is a star. He has some.
I gotta have Thaddeus on my show.
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't know how exciting it's going to be, but I do know that you're going to get the truth, right? From his perspective.
Yes, he came with it today. He
Yeah.
had the
You
truth
think
today.
so?
Yes,
Yeah,
he
yeah,
did.
yeah. I
Yes.
think that
he didn't hold nothing back. He had it. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, good.
We're gonna have another guest coming in. She's coming.
I think so. Yeah, I think he definitely,
Okay,
put
right.
that out there.
All
But oh
right.
yeah, so like the Bible says that I am going to decrease as someone else increase, and so come on in. So
All
we,
right,
all right,
We
okay.
got Roxy in the room.
Roxy's
Yes.
in the building. Yeah.
We are doing good. We're doing good. It's so good to have you. So good to have you here. We want you to talk about Care Bag because I know that has been your baby. That has been your baby, and I see you worked it. And we're gonna want you to just give a little bit. Don't give too much because you gotta wait for your time. But let's give a little bit about talk to us about how it started
Yes.
and why it was so passionate for you.
Well, number one, thank you for having me. We appreciate that.
Yes.
I appreciate it, and CareBag appreciates to have this platform. So I don't want to give away too much, but just to let you know, CareBag deals with close to 6,000 homeless children here on the Treasure Coast of Boca. We are the only agency that has done it, and it got started at the Church of God, 7 Day here on Treasure Coast.
Right
Wow.
here.
It got
All right.
started.
Right here.
Right now.
Treasure Coast.
Yes, we did. How we got
Good
started,
stuff.
Saturday night, we would put bags out. We would fill them with juice, chips, a whole lot of stuff. All the young people will come back Sunday morning by 7 o'clock. We'll make fresh peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. We'll have coolers with juice, coolers with milk, different things. No ham sandwiches whatsoever. Just
Right.
putting it out there. And we would go out into the woods from Hope Sound,
Wow.
which is on the Treasure Coast, all
Right.
the way to Sebastian. We'll do two. We started out with 100 sandwiches. When we stopped doing it, we were at almost 300 sandwiches in one day. And we had the whole church. If they weren't coming to make sandwiches, they were bringing peanut butter, they were bringing jelly.
Yes.
Everybody cooperated. Little kids who couldn't do anything were putting things in bag, opening
Look at
bags.
that. Action.
Unity.
We're talking about
Yes, it
action.
is.
That's right.
We had to move it.
Yes.
Good stuff.
So CareBag is 5 years old, and we
Yes.
are, thanks to
CareBag,
Congressman
baby.
Mass, we have a lot of congressional help in Washington, D.C. and in the state of Florida, and our trailer is basically licensed to go through the whole entire state.
Wow.
So we are really happy about that.
And what you didn't say that you could actually take a shower today.
Yes, if you
No,
need
you
to.
can't take a shower, right? But you could.
If you need to, you
you
can.
can go into
Sorry,
the room.
you could view the shower truck.
You can go in for, it's a cool room. You can, the AC is
Right
on,
now?
so you can go and get
Right
it
now?
cool.
Okay,
Yes.
I'm going. When I leave, I'm going straight into the cool room.
Right into the cool room. But
Okay.
we're proud of that. We are officially, by the federal standards, 5 years old, but by Church of God standards, we are 6. Because we started
Okay.
a year here,
Okay.
and
Okay.
Pastor Haynes and his wife gifted our 501c3 because
Oh,
he saw the
wonderful.
vision that it will go much
Yes.
further.
Wonderful.
So,
All
but
right.
I keep everything with the church.
Vision
Everything
to
we
action.
do.
Love
Vision
it.
and
So tell me, what
action.
are you going to be talking about this afternoon?
I'm gonna be, my presentation is interactive because I want everyone to, when I get you interactive, I have your attention.
Yes.
So I just want to put it out there. don't step over, don't pass, don't look at someone when they're homeless, because you have no idea who you could be stepping over.
Oh my
and it's
God.
not the Christian thing to do. Not because you come to church dressed, got your hat on, got your nice clothes on, but then you go out and you see someone and you turn a blind eye. That's not the Christian thing. It's not about the church. It's about doing your Christian duty. And when you volunteer, when you do something for the community, you get your blessings back.
Yes.
So if you're wondering why I have problems, why things are not going on for me, you need to volunteer. When you give back, you get back.
All right now.
So that's it.
Oh my gosh.
All right.
I love
All right.
it.
All right. Now you guys, you heard that, right?
Yeah.
You don't want to
tuned.
miss
Stay tuned.
the interaction. Like, we're gonna be in the room. We're gonna be right there. We're gonna be interacting too. So you don't want to miss it. If you are here in South Florida, you want to be in Treasure Coast. You want to be here.
This is South Florida? Okay, I don't know. I thought it was South Florida. Well, if you're in South Florida,
You want to
definitely
be
come.
here in Treasure Coast, okay?
You got 1 hour.
1
and
hour
30
to get here.
minutes
To be here.
To be here.
Right? Yes. And it's
be
not,
here for 3
we're
o'clock.
having a whole
to
night.
hear
of-
Roxy.
Yes. And there's
So
more.
Only to hear
Like
Roxy.
10 minutes?
Huh?
How much time she got? 10 minutes?
No, she got 12.
She got
12
a lot of
minutes.
time.
12
Okay,
full
now.
minutes.
12 minutes.
All right.
She's gonna be tearing up in 12 minutes. She's gonna do it. She's capable of doing
It was
it.
great. I look forward to seeing you
Keep
guys
up the
later.
work. You're an
No
inspiration.
problem. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, y'all. I want to thank both of you, Samantha and Nicole, for stepping up to the plate and for doing this. We're gonna have more interviews and more people coming through. So
Yes.
really grateful to you all. And if you're watching this, whatever time that you're watching this, remember that we want to be able to have you be part of the change. As someone said, we want you to be part of the solution and not the pollution.
Ooh.
Yes.
So we want you to definitely, and I'm still Nicole from my comfy couch, right as we speak, still. But that's all right. So we thank you all. God bless you all. Thank you for having me.
Yes.
And I will see you all when I see you all.
All right.
I'm looking at the man in the mirror. Woo!
Yes.
I'm asking him to change his ways.
All right.
That song earlier?
Yes.
That
was it.
quoted that song somewhere.
Yeah, you did.
But I butchered it. I'm looking for the man with the cross or something like that.
Yeah, the man in the middle.
Yeah.
All right, guys. So that was it for our first session. We will be back again after the next session. We'll have some more guests on. We'll have some more interviews. And we hope that you guys, if you're here, you're enjoying this event. You're enjoying this weekend. There's more to come tonight. There's more to come tomorrow. So stay tuned, right, Nicole?
Yes.
And we'll be back.
Yes, we
will
will.
be right here,
Stay tuned.
same place. Just giving you guys a little bit more background, a little more history, a little bit more information, and also talking with the people that are going to be speaking here in the event.
Yes, and don't forget, if you guys want to bless what's going on here, you can go to
Yes.
Zelle. M like
Correct.
mom, T like Tom, Z like zebra, MTZ, COG0101
Yes.
at gmail.com if you want to give on Zelle. Again, MTZ, COG01 at gmail.com, okay?
Yes, and definitely we need your support. So if you can do that, just to support the mission, vision to action. Your action
Yes.
is to open up, and put that Zelle. Grab the phone, Zelle, send it over. All right, so we'll be back. We're gonna go ahead and we probably need to have
That's
some
what I'm
lunch.
saying, I'm hungry.
Aren't you hungry?
Yes.
You're not hungry? We're hungry.
Yes.
So we're gonna eat because we're gonna come back so we can have another session with you guys. So see you guys in the next probably like maybe an hour or so. We'll be right back.
Alrighty.
All right.
Bye,
Bye guys.
Toodles.
All right.
You guys are off?
Yes.
The hot dogs at the 7-Eleven for you guys?
That's fine. I love hot dogs, so that's all right. I'm good with that.
Beef or pork?
Your
right?
mom went home and the kids are with Jason.
Okay, that's fine. They got that. They're good.
Okay.
They're good. Thank you, Nathan. You got this. Come on, let's go eat,
Yes.
girls. All right, we can leave everything right there. Nobody's gonna mess with it. Let me put on my sandals this time, right? Let's do that, cause we about to go eat something.
I gotta use the bathroom first.
Oh, that was good.
Yeah, it was.
Today, Mom gotta go home to my grandma. Grandma's home. She's
Say
in bed.
grandma?
Yeah, she's home. Oh, sorry. Yes, we could. We done. Yes, thanks. So we'll do the same thing again later. Later. Yeah.
What's the next
Great.
3? Oh yeah, before the